So one question that always pops into my mind about having kids is being financially capable and prepared to have kids. One thing I don't want to do is have kids and not provide financially for them, where they kind of live a little bit more of a limited lifestyle, or like you're not able to provide all the necessary opportunities for them to succeed.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Panda?
I think having kids is a privilege, right?
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have a kid if you're not responsible.
Yeah.
So that's your privilege.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not privileged enough to like be responsible, if you don't have enough assets, if you don't have the emotional capacity to have kids,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, you're probably gonna breed something into the world, and then you're gonna be like left giving this kid all this torment,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's not gonna be a good look, right?
Or a good life for the kid.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a good life. You're just gonna have a kid that you're just breeding into the world, and then he or she ends up being someone that lacked a lot of love,
Mm-hmm.
and because they lacked a lot of love, they end up becoming someone who's like broken in a sense.
So this also comes up to mind is like most young men like aren't like, you know, kind of fully matured or developed and like could bring a kid into the world, but once they get a little bit older, maybe like 20-30 years down the line, where they kind of develop themselves into like a capable man of
20-30
providing.
years later. Wait, so right now we're like in our
20
late
years old.
20s.
Yeah, so like maybe when they're 40,
They're
like
40
mid-40s,
and they have a
and they're
kid.
like, oh shoot, like now I'm able to provide for my kids and stuff.
That's pretty late.
Yeah,
bro.
do you think like what do you think about that? And like, does that play a role for women also? Like, they don't want to bring a kid into the world if like the family or she's not making enough.
I think it doesn't really matter too much for the women, because
Mhm.
usually it's the man's responsibility to make the money.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely do think that if you're a man, you don't make that much money, and you have a woman that does not make that much money either,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't even have your own house, and you don't have a lot of other things figured out, you have a lot of debt, you're going to breed a kid into this world, you're going to give yourself more debt, you're going to give yourself more trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen this happen to a couple of my friends before, or even girls I dated. They had like parents that were like fuck ups.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we talked about this before. It was like a video, but we haven't really edited it yet. So it's still like in process of being completed. But if you have a fuck up of a parent, then that fuck up of a parent is just gonna breed more fuck ups into this world. Like breed more of his or her fuck up responsibilities into this world, or fuck up acts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had a friend one time, had a dad who had a gambling issue. And then she, at the age of like probably like 15 or so, was already working, just because like their family was in so much debt.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had to take up that responsibility, but it forced her into like a woman that was very self-reliant and responsible and very hardworking. But the problem with this is that she has so much responsibility that she should be stressed. She should think about this stuff and should be stressed. And then her family was broken. And it's like, why did you as the father breed someone into this world when you didn't even have your life figured out? You're a fucking gambling addict.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck would you do that? It's like a drug addict breeding a kid into this world. Let me ask the viewers this. If you're a drug addict and you breed, or I'm not saying you, if you see someone that's a drug addict, fucking shooting up heroin or doing ecstasy like almost every week, going to like EDC still, man, yeah, I've even seen like some rave forums where it's like, oh, I'm pregnant and I went to this rave. We're a rave family. Our kid is gonna be rave babies.
What the?
Because like he or she is in my stomach right now as we're at this rave. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You're pregnant.
Yeah.
And you're possibly like
Rolling?
doing ecstasy, and then you're being around all of that like secondhand smoke.
Yeah.
Are you fucking stupid? Anyways, you have a drug addict that's gonna try to have a kid. Is that a good look? Does not look good. It does not look good at all, and it's not healthy at all, right? Same thing. If you're a gambling addict, you have a kid. Same fucking thing. It's not healthy because it's emotionally traumatizing for the kid. unless you're like a gambler that fucking makes like millions. Oh, shit, never mind. But well, a lot of these like gambling addict families or gambling addict parents, they're like in debt a lot, and they're asking for money from like their friends or like acquaintances. Man, I had a fucking not even a family friend, but like a friend from my dad's childhood. He asked my dad for money because he was like had a gambling issue. And he asked my dad for money. Like, he didn't even speak to my dad for a long ass time. And he wanted to borrow 40K USD. I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? Well, not this kid.
He's not even a kid anymore. He's
Fuck,
like,
my bad.
He's a kid stuck in like a grown man's body, basically.
I naturally said he's a kid because he's a fucking kid in his head. Sorry. Like, my natural instincts kicked in. I'm sorry. But he's a fucking dumbass kid, right? Fucking, you have a kid when you're still a kid. So what do you say about that, Dalen? Idiot kids who have kids, do you think they should have the ability to do that? Do you think it's in a sense, it's kind of illegal, bro?
Maybe detrimental to society as well. It's like you're immature, you're bringing someone else that's immature. Like, how can an immature person look up to another immature person as a role model, you know? It's like you're just kind of just making more room for like these degenerates just fucking in our society, you know?
Well, actually, I would beg to differ that the kid would be more mature than the man or the woman that's not being responsible, because they see a representation, or they see like an example of what not to be, that they're like, fuck that person, fuck my father, fuck my stupid ass mother. I'm gonna be the one that is not like them.
Yeah.
So you could have a kid that is totally opposite. Yeah, I've seen that happen too.
But with that comes a lot of trauma.
Yeah, a lot of pain. A lot of pain. And
too.
it's like, why would you give your kid that much pain? Right? Maybe the kid might end up being successful. Like, we have this one successful friend, but because his dad is not that great, his dad is kind of a screw up. He lacks some of that love, and he has a little bit of a trauma from his parents because of that. So I think it's very, very, very important that you breed someone into this world. You breed a kid into this world, but you have to have the responsibility to give that kid some love. I'm not saying like shower that kid with love, but dude,
like provide you're nurturing environment.
Fucking gambling addict. You don't even have money, dude. You gotta make your kid work. You gotta make a little girl work. Are you fucking stupid?
Dude, the worst would be like gambling your money away where you can't even feed your child. Like,
dude,
what do you think about that? Like,
and
just
that's fucking crazy, right? Because there would be times this friend of mine, she wouldn't have enough to eat, and I fucking felt really bad because I was like, damn, she doesn't even have enough to eat. I'll just fucking Uber Eats some food for her. And then I'm just thinking, you as a grown ass fucking man, 50 plus years old, you can't even provide for your very innocent daughter. Are you retarded? I'm sorry for my language. I know retarded is like a really bad language to use, but
mentally challenged.
Oh my God, like, this is really disturbing. You gave someone trauma since young. She would tell me about how stressed she would be at times just because of this whole situation with her dad. And it's like, yeah, like, I don't know if it would be right for me to say retarded on YouTube or whatever, but I'm sorry, like, that is pretty dumb to me. I'm sorry for my poor usage of choice, but yeah, dude, I mean, what did you ask this for though, Dalen? Because you probably had a motive, right, behind this?
Yeah, I was wondering whether or not to bring a kid into this world when you're financially capable or not. Yeah. And if that contributes to, like, because most people get more financially capable as they grow older or get older. So I was trying to see what your views on having a kid while you're older would be.
Yeah. I think it's very, very important that you have a responsibility as a potential parent, that you really look at your circumstances. I have a friend, she doesn't want to have a kid anymore because of her poor health problem, because she might have cancer. And because of that, if you, as a woman, you breed a kid into this world and then you as a kid now, you have a kid now who is motherless, then it's very traumatizing as well. You have a kid that only has one parent. So in another sense, that's also traumatizing, right? But that's not traumatizing in like an actively responsible way, I guess, because it's like she thought of the responsibility beforehand. But for example, that one example I gave earlier about the gambling dad, he's actively lacking responsibility. He's actively still to this day just gambling his fucking money away.
And he's like totally capable person. It's not like he has any sickness or like health problems, right?
He doesn't have sickness. And you know, you should take some steps as a man or even as a parent to fucking stop your addiction to gambling or drug use or any other dumbass addiction that you have. Gaming could even be a big responsibility. You don't want to have a kid if you're addicted to gaming all the fucking time, right? So these are all factors to consider. And I really respect the people who have enough responsibility to go like, you know, I really want to have a kid, but I don't think I can because of my health problem or because of my financial problem or because I have personality problems where I'm a addict. So I really respect those people. And I really think that it is kind of a crime for people to breed someone into this world when you don't even have enough assets or you don't even have enough responsibility. Honestly, they should make like a questionnaire or something before you have a fucking kid. It's like, do you have enough money to provide? It's like,
do you have any addictions or problems?
I think that would make the world a much better place.
Yeah.
I mean, these parents, right? They're all influenced into thinking, I need to have a kid to be happy. But I think the people who are not as responsible, they don't even want to have a kid at all. They're just influenced to thinking they should have a kid so that they could be happy. So they only did it for the sake of society or for the sake of their parents, for the sake of culture. And they don't even give any love or affection at all to the kid.
Yeah.
And they're already fuck ups. So think about it, man. You're a fuck up with your own life. You're a fuck up with your children's life. God, you're just a fuck up in general. Like, why do you even have a kid, bro? Like, you really think a kid is going to solve your problems?
Yeah.
You really think, oh shit, I have a gambling addiction.
If anything, you're passing the problems on to the kid, you know,
Yeah.
like.
It's like, I have a gambling addiction. Oh, I'm so sad. I lost 40K today.
Let me have a kid.
Let me have a kid. It's gonna make me have some money so my kid could work for me. Are you fucking stupid? Your kid has been fucking trying to repay all the debts that you owed since even before she was born, bro. Are you stupid?
Yeah. Jesus. So I mean,
that's why I'm saying it should be kind of a crime. I think it's a little bit fucked up for me to say this at the same time, but it's also kind of fair for me to say this because I'm preventing someone like a potential kid that would be bred into this world from suffering if, you know, we're spreading awareness about this issue. It's like, so I really want the viewers to understand, like, if you want to have a kid, think about if that will really make you happy. Think about if that is actually what you want or if that's what society kind of pressures you to believe in. Because, I mean, some people don't even like kids, bro.
Yeah.
They don't like playing with kids. They don't like seeing like a younger self of them. I'm just like, why do you have a kid then?
Yeah,
bro?
why did you even have a kid in the first place? You know, it's like...
It's like they were like really happy people. But when they had a kid, they became like bitter and old and stupid and like, I don't know, lacking of love. I don't know, man. Yeah. Any closing points, dude?
I would just say, really consider when you're having kids, if you're traumatized or dealing with stuff on your own, you know, like you don't want to bring more problems onto yourself or possibly onto society by like having a kid while you're still like a fuck up, you know?
Yeah.
That's about it.
Cool, man. All right. Take care of the closing, Dalen, because I always take care of the closing. You have to take care of it this time. Go slow. And then viewers, be patient with him. This is his first closing because he's co-host. You have to do it this time.
All right. Thank you for watching the Controvert podcast, and be sure to comment and like the video down in the bottom below. It would really help us out. And we'll see you guys next time.
Cool. What do you want to see the viewers comment down below? What ideas, bro?
Comment like what you feel about bringing a kid into this world, what kind of responsibilities you need to have in order to have a successful like kid or family.
Good shit, Dalen. First fucking closing, bro.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, dude. Dalen's a little bit more shy, but gotta learn how to close. I think that was a good closing. But you can also comment below if you think that was a good closing.
Yep.
All right, guys. See you guys next time. Peace out.
Later.